So here we have a Peanuts cartoon by Shultz, and it's a very short cartoon, and we're going to use it to just introduce the ideas of reading visual narrative. So here we have a character whose name is Peppermint Patty, and if you know about the clip, you'll know that she has a tendency to fall asleep in class. And that's exactly what she seems to be doing here. We've got the desk and the blackboard, so these confirm that we're in the classroom. And what's obviously most interesting is the expression of her face, the position of her hands. She seems to be asleep, but also poised and balanced. She's pretending to be listening, deep in thought in fact. She's got a kind of serene expression on her face, almost a little smile, very neatly composed. Her hands are on the desk, making sure that she looks like she's paying attention. Her hair's a bit of a mess, doesn't look like her shirt's been ironed, but that's her character. But she's listening. She's okay. The rest of the class is out of the frame, so he's chosen to depict her in a profile view, and we make assumptions about what else is going on in the room, but she's in her own little world here. The date, by the way, is the cartoon was issued on the 4th of September, so it's going back to school time, and in fact it's part of a series of strips that are all about that time of the various characters going back to school. Now we move on to the second frame. Complete contrast, and here we have lots of movement and energy. We still see the desk, so we know it's the same. We infer that it's the same scene. So we're doing some closure here, reading the two panels to assume we're in the same place. This is the same character, but she's up in the air. And the papers and the pens are up in the air. We've got these lines here which we know are a graphic convention to indicate movement. And of course we have the very strange view of her from below, her backside and her toes and her fingers all sticking out, implying shock. She's been bodily lifted up out of her seat. The blackboard has been removed, notice. So partly that would disrupt the picture, the composition, because we've got these large dark blocks here. So if we had the large block of the blackboard, if that was there as well, that would distract from our focus on her. And this is partly to do with her interiority, we might call it, the way she feels. She's lifted out of the environment. The rest of the class just disappears. She's just thrown up in the air. And then we have the final piece, the punchline. Sorry, Mom, the first question of the year sort of does that to me. And she's back in her seat, we gather. That bit is the seat again. And of course the punchline is also visual. It's the contrast between what she looks like now, a mess, and what she looked like before, nicely composed. So here her hair is drawn with much more kind of scrappy lines, but particularly her face is conveying what she's feeling like. Her tongue's out, she's got frown marks, her eyes are kind of all bleary. She's suddenly been woken up. So even if the text wasn't there, I think you'd still read the story. Because of the contrast between then and now.